every team I saw CBS, they gave a grade, their final grade for the year. Now, my problem every year, like before this season even ended, I was like, man, I wish we could do like a report card type thing, but every type of grading system that I tried to think of, it kind of just turned out to be flawed. Like it just something like any type of point or like grading system, I just couldn't figure out the right way to really pinpoint where these teams rank in the grading scale.
Can I take a guess on how CBS ranked these teams?
Sure. But we're gonna give our own grades. And I think the way we should look at, because I want you, that's kind of what I need you to help me with, is how we should look at grading it. Do we look at every team and just go, all right, we're gonna start at a C. We're gonna look at what they were expected to do, what happened, what they dealt with through the season, what the
Yeah,
adversity.
I think we need to not overcomplicate it. I think we need
Okay,
like,
like so the
what's your thoughts?
easiest.
Numbers,
Okay, easiest, like
grades,
Philly is the only A plus.
A plus.
Like no matter what, they won the Super Bowl. Philly had an A plus season.
Philly's A plus.
Philly is A plus. Okay, so then they're starting alphabetical order. They're starting with the Arizona Cardinals. Okay.
Yes,
So when I think of the
but
Arizona
are we
Cardinals,
going based off of expectations or just a general grade?
that's what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing though. Okay, here's the question though. Here's the question. And I almost might answer it right here. Every test for every student, it's the same expectations.
You're right.
It's like you pass
You're
or
right.
you don't. Or it's like, you get
Like,
you get the answer right or you don't. Now, if
but
you
that's the
are
thing. It's like there's some slow kids in the class.
if you're a kid that gets 90s every test, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you get a
Yeah.
D, it's like, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
You're
If
gonna
you're
have
like your parents are
expectations.
Asian,
So I do think you have to.
you're expected.
I do exactly. There are some expectations. I do think you have to. I think you have to include
Well, it's
expectations.
like every year, like every team's like, no, we want to win the Super Bowl, and then they just blatantly tank and win
Let's
however
go
many
off of
games. But
our expectations.
yeah, I think our
Our
expectations
expectations.
versus like injuries and what happened in the season, and then what they, yeah,
So
our
Arizona,
expectations.
and then if we were talking about expectations, and then we just started at a C, it's just median, base, boom, we're right
Sure.
in the middle.
Are we
What did you
we're
really
talking about the
expect?
Cardinals?
What do you? Yeah, I'm saying, what do you really expect from Arizona? Because all right, right here, like they say, they started out 6-4, and then ended up what 8-9. So
Yeah.
I guess
My, I mean, expectations definitely changed throughout the year. But I think the addition of Marvin Harrison Jr. brought it up a little bit, but nothing crazy.
but
I
I
would
feel
go
like
C minus.
okay, right. Like I feel like if you like went back and we looked at those first 10 games, like even though they were on a 6-4, game
I don't think
win
we
streak,
had him.
it was like, oh man, like we might have been like, there was a cool catch from Marvin Harrison. Did you see
Yeah,
that? Like, but there was no expectations.
no.
And I'm almost gonna agree with you and say C minus because now, okay,
But
and
now
we
the way that their division went, it's like they had a much better shot, but also not really.
well, I think the whole division might have earned a C minus, and we might.
No, the division was a fucking F.
But what I'm saying is, are we looking at as a C, and then the expectations they couldn't even like? To me, they didn't exceed any expectations that I had,
Yeah,
but I didn't really have my expectations set much higher than what the floor, like where the floor is. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like my expectations were set high, so I'll go C minus just so that gives us a base for where we're going for these teams. CBS gave
What
him a C.
would you go higher or lower? Would you go C or would you go D?
I could like D plus.
I honestly think that like starting off like that, being in the division this close, still having um, Kyler Murray, who was relatively hyped up before the year.
I don't know, bro. I think Kyler Murray's been written off in terms of exceeding a C,
I think C
exceeding a
minus.
C
I think
grade.
C minus.
I
C
I
minus is
I
fine. All right,
I'll
that's fine.
I'll agree with that. So what about Atlanta?
Fucking
Okay, right?
yeah.
They finished the season 8-9, but you have the entire Kirk move. You have all
You
that
spent a hundred
expectation,
and what, $80 million?
and the man wasn't starting by the end of the year.
160. 160. You spent
So there's got to
160.
be there's got to be D something.
I might go. Was it middle school that we had E's?
We did
Was
have
that
E's. We
was
did
that
have
all
E's.
through
It was
school?
all through school. I don't think I ever had an F, but we are gonna do
No, we
F's
didn't
instead
have
of
F's.
D's.
They got rid of F's.
I'm gonna do F's, but I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna go F. I'm not gonna go F because no. Even the Kirk. Okay, they went. Stop it. Because what did you really expect? What was their over under? Like I really want to know what you expected from
Wait, no,
them, especially.
we should get the over unders
I
up
have
too.
them up. I have them up, but I'm saying especially your expectations. So they were 9.5.
Okay,
D
D's fine.
D flat
D
D.
minus.
D. No. Relax. I'll go D. Just of D flat. D flat.
Well, honestly, I mean, it was the second half of the season that everything went bad.
How about the Baltimore Ravens? You want to talk expectations? So this was now you're gonna have probably a handful of these teams. This was a team where they were expected to be in a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't make it past the second round.
Well, expected to be in the Super Bowl, but also we got to factor in the Chiefs factor.
No, expected to be in the Super Bowl because
The
it's
Chiefs
it
were the
was
only team that
it was
was
Chiefs,
close
Bills,
to guaranteed to be in the Super Bowl.
Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Lions, Eagles.
Yeah, but in the AFC,
Chiefs, Bills,
it's not
Ravens.
as big as a question as the NFC. Not even close.
But it was Chiefs, Bills, Ravens.
Yeah, but it was like
Chiefs, Ravens,
hopefully.
Bills, whatever you want.
It was
But
like
it wasn't.
hopefully
It
the Bills
wasn't.
and Ravens.
Hopefully,
It
it wasn't.
was.
Hopefully, it wasn't. Hopefully, it wasn't.
The way that the past few years have gone,
It
it's a
wasn't.
hope.
It's okay. No. Let's relax. It was not a hopefully. It was a these are legit teams that could beat Kansas City. Not just man. I really no. It was I hope Washington beats Philly.
Sure.
It wasn't oh man, it's over. This was like these are actual teams who have MVP quarterbacks, Bills and Ravens, who can beat the Chiefs. They didn't.
Yeah.
They could have. And if we're gonna really talk about, I mean, self-inflicted wounds, Ravens versus Chiefs 2 years ago, and then this Bills game, the Bills Chiefs game, that was a wishy-washy ass game as well. To me, not making it past the second round, having a slow start with that defense, winning the AFC North is cool, especially with that final stretch. Not even having to go, not even being able to go home with an MVP. What would you say? What would your grade be?
I'm very curious as to what you would say.
B.
Okay. I'm glad you didn't go see or anything. Um, I mean, you look at the MVP, it was I mean, you get first team All Pro.
I didn't
Same
want to
fucking
say. I didn't
difference.
want to say. I didn't want to use the R word. The R word. I didn't want to use the R word.
What's the over?
Not your favorite word, but robbed. I didn't want to say he was robbed, but
Sure.
if we want to say it, if we want to say he was robbed of MVP. But
Well, I mean, you can call it whatever, but it's like I don't know. I don't think that award. I don't think the team cares that much about that award. I don't think Lamar cares that much about the award. Um, obviously he deserved it. It's not super obvious, but he deserved it. Um, but yeah, I mean, the expectation was to not make the AFC Championship after adding Derrick Henry and being in the AFC Championship last year without Derrick Henry. Um, yeah, I think B's fine.
I'll go B. I'll go B for them, and then Buffalo Bills exceeded their expectations. They were able to get their MVP. Lost
Yeah.
in the championship game. The only thing that the only thing that I really hindered on was their easy ass schedule.
Yeah.
But definitely better grade than the damn Ravens. I don't know if I can go up to an A. B plus for sure. That's the bot. That's the lowest I'll go.
I'm going to be honest.
A minus.
I think so.
A
Just
minus.
because of the expectations the way that we talked
Eh,
about the Bills preseason,
I can go
the
A minus.
Stephon Diggs Bills, the Mac Hollins move, the fact that Khalil Shakir's wide receiver one, they had a great year.
I can go A minus for them.
Yeah, I think they had a crazy year.
Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at expectations, I mean they had lower expectations this year than they did Bryce's rookie year.
So a D minus. What do we mean? What?
I mean, if we, it's
A
bad.
D. A
D.
D.
I mean, they had a competitive game with the Chiefs. That's cool.
I mean, how did they? What was? What? Where they finished 5-12? I mean, what are we
What
really
was their over
considering?
under? It must have been.
Carolina's over under
It's
probably
probably
not
five and
even
a half.
5.5. It's 5.5.
Okay, yeah.
5.5. Bro, they didn't even beat their 5.5 over under. I mean,
Shit, dude, the Redskins was ours was
D
five
minus.
and a half. D minus.
D
That's fine.
minus. I'll go D
But
minus.
they had no expectations
What
to.
do you think CBS gave them?
Oh, I don't know. C minus,
These dumbasses gave them a C plus.
a C plus.
A C plus.
Why?
I don't know. Chicago Bears.
I hate CBS. Dude. Now I thought CBS would just do it like ABC and then just straight down the board.
But I mean, Bears. You
All
got
right, Bears.
fire your coach
Wait, hold on. We
mid-season.
didn't talk about what the grade that CBS gave all the other teams.
Oh, Bills, they gave them a B plus. Ravens, they gave them a B. Atlanta got a D plus.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Chicago,
Um,
they gave Chicago a D.
I think they deserve worse.
Which to me, they're definitely at least a. I
They're at
mean,
least a D.
they're at least a
Dude,
D.
we got to remember the way that this team was.
They had higher expectations than.
They had higher expectations than the Jets,
I
than
mean,
the Bills,
than
than
Washington.
than the Vikings, than us, than just about fucking probably 28 teams in this league. I'm dead ass, dude. I mean, you bring on Keenan Allen, you bring on DeAndre Swift, you bring
The
on
hype was crazy. The hype was
you
insane.
draft Roma Dunze, you draft Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, fucking, he's gonna be incredible. Holy shit, fucking, he's the best quarterback in this draft by far. Whatever the fuck.
So it sounds
I
like
mean,
we're
this is close.
saying
This is borderline F. This is
F.
close.
It sounds like we're
Firing your head
saying
coach
F.
mid-season. They
We're
fired
going
their
F.
head coach mid-season.
We're going F. We're going
That's
F.
an F.
Cincinnati.
Ah, that's tough.
I can kind of agree with CBS here. They had D plus for Cincinnati.
I was gonna say D, but D plus is fine. Yeah.
D plus.
I mean, for how well that offense played,
Yeah. I
the
mean, you got to
things they
give it
could
to
have
them.
done,
But it's
but the things
expectation
they could have
wise.
done with a slightly better defense.
Yeah, I think it's the expectations that really drags them down to D plus.
Well, I mean the preseason expectations, but also how well they played on the other side of the ball.
Bengals 10.5. 10.5 over under. They finished 9-8.
Yeah.
Which they had a good stretch at the end of the year. But I'd probably have to sit a D plus for them.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns.
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Now this is where we talk expectations, right?
Yeah.
Now
Basement.
they gave Cleveland an F,
No.
right? Now the Browns had an 8.5 over under.
That is great. What's I think that over under is way too high because you were going from a fucking Joe Flacco miracle playoff season
But I mean, when did
to
Deshaun tear his Achilles?
oh, you're right. I forgot about Deshaun.
I mean, Deshaun tore his Achilles how early?
Week 4 or something.
So I mean that's the thing. So if we're considering a quarterback tearing their Achilles, like are we're gonna factor that in, right? Like
Yeah.
the Jets definitely last season they didn't
But
get an
even
F.
with his Achilles, without his Achilles tear, wasn't there?
Like the Jet, like when
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles, the Jets didn't finish with an F.
you could have given the Jets a fucking A for the way that they won. No, honestly, they won 7 games.
Which so he was coming back from a torn Achilles and then tore his Achilles in January. Okay, so look, I don't know if it's F worthy.
I don't think it's F worthy.
I
I
can go
don't
D
think it's C
minus.
worthy.
I can go D minus.
You look at the. I guess Chubb was back midseason.
Yeah, but that's I mean, off of how many? I mean, it's just I don't know, bro. I
D
think
minus
that's
for me.
that year they had last year. It was because of their playoff year they had the year, the playoff season they had. Like they went 11-6 the year before
Well,
that.
yeah, but it was the fact that it was Joe doing it, and then they were getting Deshaun back.
I think D minus.
Yeah, that's fair. Just because of the way that Deshaun could have
I think
played.
this one's easy. Dallas Cowboys.
Low.
I mean, an F,
F.
right?
F. Yeah.
F. I mean, 10 games over under.
What did Dak get hurt? Right.
Yeah, no, Dak got hurt. I mean, they finished 7-10. I mean, look, Dallas sucked.
You had just
Dallas
paid
sucked.
CD a ton of money. You just gave Dak what 65 a
Even
year.
yeah, even more money. That is an F. Especially this is when expectations play in. I mean,
Yeah. It's the Dallas Cowboys.
this is a big old F.
Yeah.
Denver Broncos.
A.
You got
Rookie
playoff
quarterback.
spot.
You got
Defensive player
Jerry
of the
Judy.
year.
Huh?
Defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're coming back from 2 Russell Wilson years where it was like, holy fuck, this team's got nothing, and then Bo Nix makes the playoffs.
so a solid A.
It's a solid A.
All right, solid A.
It's a great year.
We'll go A for the Denver Broncos. Detroit.
It's tough.
So before they lost to y'all, they were an A.
Yeah.
Before they lost to y'all, they were supposed to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, shit, they would have gotten. I think they would have gotten spanked by the fucking Eagles too. But
I think it's got to be B something.
I don't even know if I can say B plus.
B?
What would we give the Ravens? B plus?
A B.
A B.
A B.
A B. Yeah.
A B. All right, we'll give Detroit a B. I'm not
I
mad
mean,
at
they
that.
had the
I'll give
same
Detroit a B.
expectations. They were in the same spot last year.
I'll give Detroit a B. What about Green Bay?
Green Bay is weird.
So when I was thinking about this earlier, Green Bay actually they might have been regular season merchants. Let me go through this regular season for you for their schedule last
Merchants.
year. So this is the teams they beat last year.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Indianapolis, they beat Tennessee, they beat the Rams, they beat Arizona, they beat Houston, they beat Jacksonville, they beat the Bears, they beat San Fran, they beat Miami, they beat Seattle, they beat New Orleans.
How many of those teams have winning records? 2?
Yeah, I mean the Rams and
Barely.
Houston.
Barely.
Yeah, that's about it. Like they had a pretty easy schedule and got very lucky to have this schedule considering the injuries they had to deal with.
Yeah.
But they still had all those injuries to deal with and were able to go 11-6.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid B.
Yes.
I think that's a
it
solid
wasn't
B.
like a Jordan Love breakout season. Shit,
Yeah.
they were having conversations early in that year. It was how good is Malik Willis? Is Malik Willis better than Jordan Love?
Yeah, I mean,
It's like
is that a good thing?
that's a terrible thing.
But is it a terrible thing when you might think Jordan Love is actually pretty good, so you actually are like damn, Malik Willis it might be like I'm saying that it really
I
depends
think
on
it says
where
a lot about
you.
the team and says a little about their quarterbacks.
But I think it's when you're saying whoever is saying like is Malik Willis better than Jordan Love, it depends on where you put Jordan Love. If you think Jordan Love's pretty good, and then you're saying Malik Willis is better,
Yeah,
then then I'm just saying like it might
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't it might not be as bad as you think.
Sure.
But I'll go B for them.
B's fine.
Houston.
C minus.
Really?
D
You
plus.
don't give them an injury card?
No,
You don't give the Houston Texans an injury. You don't get just
I do, but it's not that big. You lost Diggs week 5, and now you revert to your old team, plus Joe Mixon.
you said C
Still,
plus.
huh?
You said C plus.
C minus.
C minus.
Well, hear me out. When did they lose Diggs? Week 5, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going back to your old receiver core of just Tank Dell and Nico Collins. You didn't lose
Yeah.
Tank until what? Week 15,
End of the year.
week 16.
Mm.
You have Joe Mixon already added on this team. The thing that it was just lackluster play from Stroud. I mean, the fact that they won 9 games this year
The Texans.
or 10
They
or 11,
finished with I want to say 10, right? I want to say
same
they
record as
finished with
last
10.
year.
Yeah, 10-7.
Same record as last year. Um,
So why don't we just meet in the middle? I say C plus. You say C minus.
Flat C, fine.
I'll just give them a flat C.
What's CBS?
I'm giving them a flat B.
What?
They gave them a B.
A B. Okay, I think C.
CBS gave them a B. Indianapolis Colts. A D. I mean, I don't. I mean, like
That's
that's
so
that's.
weird too, because like they won 8 games. I don't think they
Mm.
deserved. I
But
don't know.
it's like, what did you expect from the Colts going into this season? They were expected to win 8.5 games. Their over under was 8.5. They went eight
Their
and
over under
nine.
was 8.5.
Their over under was 8.5. They went 8-9 with Joe Flacco and Anthony fucking Richardson.
All right, well then, I think
D plus.
C minus. I think we put them as.
Really?
I think we can. I
All
mean, the
right.
fact
Okay.
that they
Okay.
won
Okay.
eight
Okay.
games,
Okay. Okay. C minus. C minus. Okay.
the fact that they
Okay.
even won 8 games,
I'll agree. I'll agree with you there. I'll agree with you there. Jacksonville.
F,
Thank you. All right. F. Vegas.
F.
Big ol' F. The Chargers.
Uh,
B plus.
B plus. I was gonna say A minus to B plus. I think B plus is nice
B plus.
because
I
you
think they
still
said
haven't fixed your receiver room.
no.
They're still just as bad as the day that Harbaugh walked in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is like, I guess I'm thinking down the road, but those running backs are good, but Lord knows how long they're going to stay healthy or last. So
What about the Kansas City Chiefs?
F.
No, they gotta be. I mean,
No, their expectation was to win the Super Bowl.
you gotta give. I mean,
No,
they're in the Super Bowl.
but at the same time, it's like if we actually look at their season, you want to talk about a regular season merchant.
But they
This team's
made it to
winning.
the
This team's
Super
barely
Bowl.
beating shit dick teams.
But they made it.
I
The
know,
Packers lost in the first round.
but then if you look at individual play, you look at Mahomes' play, his stats. You look at Kelsey's stats.
I'm not going lower than an A minus.
I'll give him 90%.
All right, A minus.
No, actually, it's 89.9 rounded up.
89.9 rounded up. All right, A
Yeah.
minus. Rams.
Yeah.
So they win a playoff game in what, Arizona, after dealing with the fire shit. They do win their division. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's not that it's nothing to win that division this year, but it's
But it
just not
was.
as impressive as it could have been, considering what. But like I said, like we could say San Fran dealt with injuries, and maybe Arizona and Seattle weren't as good, but at the same time, the Rams could have been healthier. The Rams could have been a little bit better, and I think.
Well, the Rams didn't. I guess they dealt with cup issues, few Nakua issues, but
Mm-mm.
even when they were full strength, I mean, we kept expecting that they were our what do they call it? Dark
What?
horse.
Were they who's dark horse?
They were ours for like a sneaky, like a team that if they snuck in the
Ah,
playoffs
yes, yes, yes.
could
Okay.
could cause some damage. So,
And I mean, and they
um,
did. They they
and they
they
did. They
they
won a
they
playoff
knocked
game
Minnesota off, and their over under was 8.5.
really.
Over their under over was 8.5. They finished 10-7. B.
I think the way that like we talked about them all year, just because it wasn't anything super special, I would have said lower, but I think B's fine.
B. All right, B. What about Miami?
Uh,
D
D,
minus.
D minus.
D
Yeah,
D yeah, I mean I think D minus.
yeah.
Absolutely D minus.
I mean, you
Minnesota.
got the Tyreek shit. That's a big. That's so funny that no one. He's not fighting the cops anymore. What happened there? Were we wrong? I think we were
Well,
so wrong that like they just stopped talking about it
we were so wrong. They just stopped talking about it completely. Or it just like, or people made it a big ass fucking deal.
for no reason.
Because that's like what the incident was. It was somebody making a big ass fucking deal out of no reason. But we
Over
don't have
nothing.
to. We don't have to go back in time. We don't have to go. We don't have to go that. We don't have to go. We don't have to go that far back in time. But
It does feel
um,
like 4 years ago at this point, though.
it does. It does. Well, it's because 4 years ago he was doing the same shit. Minnesota though. So before the playoffs, they were probably an A something.
Minnesota, yeah, yeah.
They probably finished B plus. Is a B plus too nice?
No.
Okay, B
Well, I mean,
plus.
I think for their dude, for JJ McCarthy tearing his ACL, you're expected to have him a rookie quarterback. Honestly, it could have been worse with a rookie quarterback, but you get diarrhea Darnold in there.
But compare the expectations though. All year we kept watching the Vikings play well and Sam Darnold play well. And we were like, just wait, just wait. And all year it was kind of like
Yeah,
the Rams were real shaky, and it was like if they get in the playoffs, we don't know. And
yeah,
those two teams matched up,
yeah.
and what we were looking for from both teams, we got.
You're right.
So I mean, I think B plus is like the highest I could go for Minnesota.
I only think B plus, just because we never even had any playoff expectations for them until they won like 10 games.
No, I like B plus. B plus is fine. B plus is
But
fine.
yeah,
New England.
and then by the last game of the season, they were fighting for the division win.
Yeah, they were.
They,
They were.
they
They were.
that
But
last game decided the division.
that playoff loss hurt. It hurt.
Playoff loss,
It hurt them bad.
it took them down a few notches. But
New England.
um, if we're gonna be honest, it's a
D.
C.
D plus.
I think it's a C.
C minus.
Well, you had no expectations coming into the year.
Bro, they
Hopefully, at
went
least you
fucking
had a rookie
four.
quarterback. You started the year off with Brissett. Now they fired their head coach at the end of the year, but you get Mike Vrabel.
Devin, their over under was 4.5.
Yeah,
They went 4-13.
yeah.
They didn't even exceed 4.5 wins.
C
Like
minus.
C minus. D plus. Like I'm being nice with D plus, but if you
All
really
right,
want to go C
69.9.
minus,
No,
I
69.4.
mean
Sorry.
C minus is crazy.
Really?
C minus you got to think is who we gave Arizona a C minus. They went 8-9. They I don't know. I think D plus,
All right, D plus is fine.
D plus, D plus, and then we'll go New Orleans.
Fucking Z.
Like they might be a D minus F. But what were the
I think D
expectations
minus
for
just
them?
because just because I think we knew that Derek Carr wasn't going to do anything.
Yeah, when you look at it, they
Now,
had seven and a
hold
half.
on. What we give the Falcons?
D, D. Way more expectations than Atlanta though. For way more expectations for Atlanta compared to New Orleans.
Do we give Atlanta an F?
We give Atlanta a D minus.
Give Atlanta a D minus. Give New Orleans a D.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm fine with that. Giants.
Um,
That's an F, bro.
dude, have you seen the just like the videos of the GM? Just all that shit is so bad, dude.
Dude, it's
Like
all bad. Nothing
his
about it's
son was like,
good.
"Yo, draft Jaden Daniels." Now
He's
they didn't have the opportunity to, but still.
I mean, it's just
Um,
fuck, man. It's heavily influenced
and
by
then
his
have you
son
seen like
slash
fucking
Madden.
how Howie Roseman just like slime balled his way? Oh fuck, just got through and fucking destroyed everybody.
What you talking about?
No, he just fucking fucked a ton of people over with trades and fucking everything.
Oh, with the Giants?
No, the Eagles GM. Sorry,
Oh, no, no. I have no
how he
clue
was
what
able to
about.
draft fucking Jalen
Oh,
Carter and all
oh
those
yeah. All
fucking
the
guys.
moves. I mean, that's just what good GMs do. And then you have a
It's
bad
true.
GM like the fucking Giants.
Something shown
Um,
or whatever his
and
name is. I
that's
don't
an
know.
absolute F. And the other team in New York, I think it's another big old F.
I think can we do F minuses?
Can we do F minuses?
I think we can do F plus and F minus.
I mean, I think it's our rules. So yeah, F minus for the Jets. That
Cool.
is an F minus for
For
them.
real. How many did they win? 5 games
Did they win 5 games? Yeah,
or
5 and
what?
12.
Okay, what was their over under? It's got to be 10. It's got to be 9 or 10.
The Jets over under was 9.5.
Okay, yeah,
9.5.
perfect.
Okay. All right. Okay. 9.5 for the Jets. That's yeah, but F
Five
minus for
wins.
them.
It's an F
Pittsburgh
minus.
Steelers.
It's hard not to give them just a regular old B.
B minus.
I would give them lower, but it's like, well, I mean, you're dealing with quarterback shit.
I mean, you're dealing with quarterback shit, but like, what do you? I mean, you're expecting something from the Steelers, and then
Also, not beating real teams.
well, they were 10-3
Yeah.
and lost their last four.
Uh, Which was easy to call because the last 4 games were against good teams.
So B minus,
B minus.
B minus. San Fran. That's gotta be an F,
I
right?
mean, I don't even.
That's an F, right? I mean, it's the San Francisco 49ers.
Is it an F?
Yes. They were in the fucking Super Bowl the year before. What are we talking about? Yes,
Yeah.
they're an F.
And CMC being hurt should not.
I mean, the Christian McCaffrey bullshit, they absolutely did not know how to handle that.
Well,
Everybody
the fact,
injuries.
yeah, no.
They didn't know how to deal with Ayuk or Debo. And then would they go 6-10, 6-11? Yeah, 6-11. Okay, cool.
F.
Yeah, F. Big old F. Almost an F
It's not an
minus.
F minus. Not, no.
Almost
But
an
no,
F minus.
the handling of the Christian shit.
Just
I
abysmal.
mean, the fact that they even brought him back blew me.
It's an absolute joke.
Whole season was already cooked.
We got San Francisco, Seattle.
Fucking
What?
C
C
plus.
plus. Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. C
Yeah.
plus is fine. I'm okay with Seattle being a C plus. Tennessee.
D.
Okay. Did we grade Tampa?
No.
Tampa. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
B plus. Maybe A minus.
I I like B plus. I'll
B plus
drop
is
them.
fine.
I'll
I mean,
drop
they
them
dealt
from
with
A
injuries, but
minus. They lost to y'all, which is not the biggest. I'm not saying but I'll say
yeah,
losing in that first round, I'll knock them down to a B plus.
yeah,
And then the final team, Washington Commanders.
it's A plus.
Y'all don't get an A plus.
I think we get an A at least.
Y'all get an A. Y'all get an
I think
A.
we get an A.
Y'all get an A.
I mean,
Y'all get an
yeah.
A.
You
Eagles are
draft
the
a rookie
only A
quarterback.
plus,
You win 12 games and 2 playoff games.
but y'all get an A. So all right. So if we go through all of the teams, the only team with an A plus, obviously, the
The
Philadelphia
Eagles.
Eagles. The two teams with A's, we got the Washington Commanders and Denver. A minuses, we gave out a couple of them: Kansas City, Buffalo. I think that's it for A minuses. Did we give out any B's, B pluses? B plus to the
Ravens.
Chargers. We gave out a B plus to. That's it. I think Chargers are the only team that earned a B plus. Oh, B plus for Chargers and Buccaneers.
Okay.
Rams earned a B. Green Bay earned a B. Minnesota earned a
Ravens.
B plus. Actually, Ravens earned a B. Detroit earned a B. A lot of Fs. San Fran, Jets F minus, Giants F, Jacksonville F, Vegas F, D plus, D minus, Carolina and Cincinnati. There's a
Yeah.
big old skew on
We got some.
this or not
Yeah.
even a big. It's just kind of like a perfect.
Really, it's just flat.
I feel like I feel like kind
Yeah.
of
No. Yeah.
maybe it goes a little,
We got a few more teams on the back end there.
it goes a little up, but at the
Yeah.
back end. But yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at those grades. I'm not mad at those grades, Devin. All right.